The airport was quiet, too quiet for a man like him. Lucas Zhang, a self-made millionaire from New York, had just landed in Beijing for a major business deal that could change his life forever. Cameras flashed. Guards surrounded him. But in the middle of the crowd, one young woman froze. Her name was Mei Lin, a translator working part-time at the airport café. As Lucas's guards moved closer, she caught something strange, a whisper in Chinese that wasn't meant for outsiders. "Get him in the black car. Don't let him call anyone. Once he's inside, we finish it." Her heart stopped. They weren't protecting him. They were planning to kill him. She hesitated for just a second, but that second could decide life or death. What would you do if you heard a secret that could save a stranger's life, but cost you your own? Music builds. Fade to title screen. She heard the guards whisper in Chinese and warned the millionaire not to get in the car. Mei Lin's life had always been about survival, not heroism. At 26, she worked double shifts at the cafe and translated for tourists to pay her younger brother's medical bills. She'd learned to stay quiet, to keep her head down in a city that didn't listen to the powerless. That morning, she was exhausted, wiping tables when the convoy of luxury cars pulled in. People whispered, "That's Lucas Zhang, the American billionaire with Chinese roots." He looked calm and powerful, tailored suit, gentle smile, but Mei noticed something else. The guards who surrounded him didn't look like typical security. Their eyes were cold, movements too synchronized. Then she heard it, soft voices behind the car. The guards spoke in low, coded Mandarin. Most foreigners wouldn't understand. But Mei grew up in a poor neighborhood where you learned every dialect just to survive. The boss said tonight. "But if we can isolate him now, it's cleaner. The girl from the embassy will stall him. We'll take him through Gate C, make it look like a robbery." Mei's stomach turned. She dropped her tray. The sound made one guard glance her way, but she quickly bent down, pretending to pick up broken glass. Her hands shook. Should she walk away? This wasn't her problem. But something about Lucas's kind eyes reminded her of her father, a man who'd died helping a stranger once. She took a deep breath, ran across the lobby, and stood directly in front of Lucas. "Sir! Don't get in that car," she blurted out in English. The guards immediately stepped forward, tense. One reached inside his jacket. Lucas raised a hand to stop them, confused. "What's going on?" Mei's voice trembled. "They're not your real guards. I heard them. They're planning something. Please, just don't go with them." For a moment, everything froze. Then, one of the guards smiled, too calmly. "Mr. Zhang, she's mistaken. She doesn't understand." Lucas hesitated. His instincts screamed something was off. He turned to Mei. "What did you hear exactly?" Before she could answer, another guard grabbed her wrist hard. "Let her go!" Lucas shouted. His tone snapped like thunder. The airport cameras turned. The commotion drew attention. And in that moment, the guards changed their plan. They released her, but their eyes burned with silent rage. Within minutes, police were called. The imposters vanished into the crowd before they could be caught. Lucas was rushed to a secure vehicle by real security forces that arrived later. Mei thought that was the end. But Lucas didn't leave. He came back for her. He found her trembling in the corner of the cafe, her uniform stained with coffee and fear. "You saved my life," he said quietly. "I don't know how to thank you." Mei shook her head. "I just did what anyone should do." But deep down, she knew most people wouldn't have risked it. The investigation revealed shocking news: the fake guards were part of a corporate espionage group. Lucas's rival had paid them to stage a kidnapping accident before his big signing deal. Lucas couldn't sleep that night. Every time he closed his eyes, he saw the moment that Mei stepped between him and danger. She didn't even know him, yet she risked everything. He called the police again, demanding protection for her. But by morning, she had vanished. Her apartment was empty. Her younger brother's hospital bed, gone. She had run. Lucas finally tracked her down to a small village outside Beijing. When he arrived, Mei was sitting beside her brother's wheelchair, under a tree heavy with autumn leaves. She looked tired but relieved. "I thought you'd be safer away from the city," she said softly. "They won't stop looking for you." Lucas smiled faintly. "Funny. I was thinking the same thing about you." He sat beside her. For the first time, they talked not as savior and millionaire, but as two people scarred by choices. Mei told him about her father, her brother, her endless fight against poverty. Lucas shared how success had made him powerful, but also isolated. When the local children came running by, Mei's brother laughed, a sound Lucas hadn't heard in years. Something inside him shifted. Over the next few days, Lucas helped the hospital transfer her brother to better care, paid the bills anonymously, and quietly arranged for the authorities to track the criminal network that had tried to kill him. When the case was over, Lucas invited Mei to work as a translator in his company, not out of pity, but respect. "People like you," he said, "remind the world that courage isn't measured by power but by compassion." Mei smiled for the first time in a long while. "I just listened," she said. "The difference is, you believed me." Months later, Lucas stood on stage, announcing a foundation for whistleblowers and translators who risked their lives to protect others. The crowd applauded. Mei stood in the front row, her brother by her side, smiling through tears. Sometimes the smallest voice can save the loudest name. And sometimes, a whisper in the right heart can change the world. Music swells. Fade out to black. Title appears again. She heard the guards whisper in Chinese and warned the millionaire not to get in the car.